everybody. Hey, we're going to give you some minutes to come on. Tracy Allen, Living in My Truth. Special guest, Rufus Cotman. Over there, Marta Cotman.
That's how they do it.
See, this is what this thing do. They popping up. This is what this thing do, y'all. I tell you, it put you like you on TV. I'm telling you. You become little stars on here. Can't wait to get on. And once you get started, it's on and popping. That's how this works.
It's on and popping.
Yes, on and popping. Hey, y'all, keep coming. I see you. Again, y'all know, every week, 7 o'clock, Living in My Truth. We on this couch. So who do I have so far? I'm just getting the other one on. Y'all know how long it takes me to do everything, but I get there. Just to let y'all know, LMT Awards is coming up in June 27th. Pre-tickets are out now. Get those tickets. You know, they $45 now. Come end of next month, they go to $50. So get those tickets now. You know, and I also have up a flyer for anybody who wants to sponsor with us. You know, we're going to do a sponsoring book this year. You know, all the information is on the flyer. I do have it on Facebook and Instagram, you know, if you're interested. Anybody who wants to make any type of contribution, that'll be appreciated as well. So if you want to make a donation, that as well. I'm going to put my my text up so you guys can pop right on. That's the Cash App. You can Cash App too, For You by Tracy, and that'll be appreciated as well. Hey, Breon. What's happening? Always my number one. Hey, Roz. What's happening? Betta. What's up, Betta? Coretta. What's up, sweetheart? How you doing? Again, y'all, we have Rufus Cotman. Look. So they're getting used to this camera already. And Miss Marta Cotman over here. This is going to be a doozy. I want y'all to know. So just hold on. Because this thing going to go from here to here. Because these are my two homies right here.
She should have caught me before I ate. So I'm calm now.
Yeah, you calm.
I'm calm.
She's calm.
Okay, I'm going to get hyped.
Patty LeBron, Patricia McBride. Hey, Patricia. What's happening, girl?
Patricia.
Yeah.
Patty.
We getting ready to get it in, girl. I'm telling you. It's like being on a Ferris wheel tonight. You know what I mean? This one. But I'm excited, y'all. I'm so happy to have them both on. You know, anybody who comes to sit on the couch, I'm always grateful and I appreciate it. You know, it's a part of my gratitude of even being able to, you know, come on here and share some strengths and hopes with you no matter what the addiction is. You know, I'm really based on drug and alcohol addiction. You know, like we said, when we talk on here, addiction comes in so many different flavors. You know what I mean? You got shopping. Oh, I'm just saying. You got shopaholics.
We're going to talk about what a shopping addiction looks like, because I still am in denial.
You are very much in
We're going to talk about denial. We're going to talk a little bit about everything. Y'all feel what I'm saying?
Profession.
You hear Rufus, right? Hey, Robbie.
His profession threw him into the addiction.
So we all know that addiction can be a little bit of anything. You know what I mean? For me, addiction is just like sometimes grieving. You know, people can't put that together, but we're going to talk a little bit about that. You know, it's when you got to stop saying what it's doing with drugs and alcohol. You know what I mean? You go through something. You know, you go through something mentally and spiritually. You know what I mean? So, you know, even, you know, with it being gambling, shopping, whatever you want, you're going through, it's always an emotional effect on when you go through it. You know what I mean? So, you know, Living in My Truth is very authentic, so we're going to be talking real. You know? So, I can't see it no other way or do it no other way. You know what I mean? Because that's what Living in My Truth is all about. You know,
Absolutely.
so we got to help people.
Well,
We did
the eyes are going both ways, just so y'all know. Everybody on here is on this couch is guilty.
Hey,
guilty.
Kimmy.
We're
Kimmy's
guilty.
watching.
Everybody on this couch has a problem.
Hey,
It's
I'm
not
on
a
here every
problem.
week,
It's
right,
not a
y'all?
problem.
It's not a
It's
problem.
considered a
It's a
problem.
fixer. You know what I mean? It's something that you have to come forth and hold yourself accountable for and surrender to. You know, to even know that you have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But you know, denial comes through it all. I'm just saying. Denial comes through it all. You know what I mean? So when I'm speaking on like my 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, like I said, y'all, it can be used for anything and everything. It depends on where you are with it. You know what I mean? So for me, I use it for everything. You know, and it helps me. You know what I mean? But we're going to hear some things tonight on how, you know, people deal with certain situations. You know, we're going to throw some recovery in there as well. I can't do a show without it. You know what I mean? So I might bounce in off of what they're saying, you know, through what I go through, us as recovering people and still sick and suffering people. So I'm going to give this right now to Marta Cotton.
God, you just throw me straight out there, right?
That's right, I sure did.
So, hello all. I'm so glad to finally make it to the couch. I have been a #1 supporter of this platform from day one. I talk to Tracy every day. We talk about everything. She told me about what all her plans and aspirations were for this particular thing. And I was so proud of her that it evolved into what she wanted it to be. And it's continuing to evolve, you know? But as far as being on the couch for the particular reason, it was like, okay, I do want to go on and I want to support her, but is that what I want to talk about, right? How do I talk about what she's talking about every day? And it applies to everybody. It really does. I really had to start thinking about, well, it applies to me in terms of upbringing, you know. And I think we all can attest to this, is that we know what alcoholism and, you know, drug addiction is because we've seen it in our lifetime. We've seen it in our families that Tracy talks about every week. We see it, you know, some people see it in themselves. Like, oh yeah, I need to get control or whatever it is that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Some people see it in other, you know, in friends and family. So, you know, it just comes in all kinds of ways. And then as it relates to just addiction in itself, I said, she and I have been talking, and I said, well, Tracy, addiction comes in all kinds of ways, right? So I said, as far as shopping is concerned, I know that I have some good brothers and sisters out there that can talk about shopping addiction. In any way, it could be anything. It could be that you are addicted. I have a friend, I'm going to not name her, but she's addicted to thrifting. She goes crazy in a thrift store. She knows where all of them are. She shops real adamant, and she gets the best things, because guess what? When I have parties, she brings things to my house. That's good for me to use. So I'm so grateful for her, you know, in that manner. She does get very good things. So shopping addiction is just one of them. And then I had to start to think about that. And I said, well, wait a minute, shopping addiction, let me think how much that applies to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, just for those of you that don't know, since COVID, what COVID did for me was it made me a little bit of an introvert. I was an extrovert before.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me an introvert, right? Like, not want to go out, not want to be around people. Because you just didn't know what people had or what you would bring back home to your families and things like that. So, it made me start staying in the house more. I lived in my house. I'm lying to you not. I moved in my house, and I was in my house for probably almost 20 years. And I just ran. I worked outside the house. So I had to go out every morning, and I had to come home every evening. And I was outside, you know, that was my being outside. But with COVID, it stopped me from being, you know, outside like that. So I said, all right, but I'm still who I am, so I need to, still get the things that I need to get. And it made me start shopping online. I was not an online shopper too much prior to that, right? Online shopping to get you guys, it will get you in trouble. It will get you in trouble if you do not control it, because it's so easy. How many times have we wanted an outfit or gone somewhere and we went out, to the mall to find out what it is that we wanted to look for?
Just before you go out.
Just before you go out. And you don't even, when you get there, it might not be your size, your color, your whatever. Guess what? You don't have that problem with online. They have a warehouse full of stuff like that, and you're always going to get, and then you know how much you're going to pay for it and when it's going to come to you, right? You have everything in check. So it made me a very avid online shopper for things. In addition to that, I started food shopping online, right? So everybody's familiar with DoorDash. I don't know, what level of, understanding you guys have for DoorDash. Most people have that, you're just going to get your food for a restaurant and you're going to bring it in. They're going to bring it to you, so on and so forth. Well, it's even more than that. Like, they shop for you at BJ's. They shop for you at Home Depot.
Everywhere
They shop for you at Dollar General. They shop for you at Acme, Aldi's, ShopRite, anywhere, right? And they go in, you have the app on your phone, and you go, you say what it is that you want, you pay for it. Somebody picks it up, you tell them what time you want it to get there, and, and they bring it to you. The other day, I had a gathering for a very special event.
You did an excellent job.
And
Excellent job.
it was the first time that I did it this good. Right? Because there were things that I had to cook. So, people were coming over, and I had to cook. And it was things that I needed from an ingredients perspective. I had pasta salad, I had a seafood salad, I had potato salad. I needed ingredients for all of that stuff. I thought I had something, and I didn't. And I got home, and I was like, you know what? I'm so tired. On Friday night, I was like, I'm so tired. I don't even feel like this. I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and got on my phone on DoorDash, and I ordered all the ingredients that I needed to order for everything that I was going to make. And it was there by 8 o'clock in the morning. Everything that I needed. It wasn't nothing missed. And one of the things that I find about it is that you get a chance to just shop for the things that you need and not to shop for the things that you want, right? So you throw things in your cart and you say, okay, you think about what ingredients is that you need, and you only buy those things. How many times have we gone to the store, inside the store, and we shop and we don't have any bananas. Well, bananas is not part of today's thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just using that as an example, but it gives you the opportunity to do that. It lets you get what you need. It lets you know how much you're going to pay for it, and it also lets you know when it's going to be there. So when I think about shopping addictions, I kind of throw that in there just a little bit. Although it's convenient, it's for my convenience. I throw it in there because it is a way to shop. For me, it's a smart way to shop, but it is the way that I like to shop now. And then I won't even talk about Amazon.
That's what we need to get to. That's what I'm waiting on.
So Amazon and some at Macy's, like stores that you just normally would shop at. Online shopping is just they're all included. All of those things are included of places that you can shop online. You can get the brands that you need. And the good part about it is that you can get it. See, I'm addicted to the lowest price. That's really what made me an avid shopper, because I'm addicted to the lowest price. I'm not paying full price for most things. I'm not. Because it hurts my feelings when I pay full price and I go back online later on and it's 50% off, and then you see what you could have paid. Oh my God, that drives me crazy.
See, does that take you through? It gives you an adrenaline, though, right?
The lowest price. The lowest price gives me an adrenaline. And what I normally do is I'll go on wherever I'm going, and this is where the shopping addiction comes from because I do it all the time. You know, and I just throw things in my cart. Just throw things, whatever the story is, I just throw them in my cart. You know, of things that you think that you want. And instead of being the good part that I've overcome, I believe, my own self recovery, is that I don't just buy just anything that I want now. I put everything in a cart, and I go through it strategically for the things that I need. And I remove things, I put things and save for later, you know. But the good part about shopping online and doing it that way is what I found is that those stores also will send you an email and tell you when the lowest price is. They'll tell you when.
Oh, right.
They'll send you a thing saying, "Oh, you have this in your cart. It is now 30% off." So it draws you back to that. Of course they do it.
Yeah, but that's part of what, like, with in my lifestyle, you know, in my addiction. You know, when I got clean, I've been clean for a long time, but once I got clean, I switched to that. I switched to shopping. Shopping was taking the place of my desire of using. You follow what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Going, you know, back and forth. I chose shopping, and I mean, I was shopping. And Tracy, I seen where you got addiction comes in many forms. However, it interferes with your daily living. True. Decision making, etc. So yes, some people do love to shop. However, are they losing their homes, unable to pay bills, borrowing? Well, I'm going to let you know about like this when it came to me at that particular point. Yes, I was changing in my recovery from not using drugs, but when I started shopping all the time, I just had to have everything that I wanted. And when I got a craving, I shopped. That's what I did. I used it as it was enabling for me to shop. You know what I mean? And I was at that mall and I was getting all kinds of stuff. And every time that disease started messing in my head, you know what I mean? I'll shop.
It was soothing.
I'll go shop. It was giving me comfort.
It was giving me
comfort. You know, in order for it to take, like dealing with my electric and all that kind of stuff, I can't say that it didn't for me, because it did at times. You know what I mean? Because when I first got clean, I was still going out. I was still going in the streets.
Getting dressed.
You know, and I was getting dressed, and I hadn't been dressing sharp for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So that, for me, I was hungry for it, so I got addicted to it. You know what I mean? So I had to use, for me, I had to use my 12-step, not just for the clothing, but for the house. Right. You know what I mean? I put so much money into it, I had to realize, at a meeting, being honest with you, at a meeting, and they were talking about, you know, the different addictions and how we can get stuck on something else. You know, and disease is that cunning, babbling, and powerful that it made me feel like I was doing okay and I was doing right, not making so much money, but I was putting so much money into buying everything to make myself look good. You know what I mean? To my kids, I had to say something about them.
But you know what I'm saying? I think at some point we tend to move on to something else, to replace something.
That's what I did.
That's what we say.
That's what I did.
Which was comforting to yourself and you were getting gratification for it.
But I was using the same behaviors as I was getting high. Yeah, I was using.
You were just doing it too much.
I was using the same behaviors, but I felt good
it
because it wasn't drugs.
It was soothing.
I felt good.
And you were seeing what your investment was.
Yeah, and it was like I know what I know.
And I look good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was feeling back in, looking good. People were saying, "Oh,
and
Tracy,
socializing.
There you go." Yeah, and then I just kept buying and buying and buying. It was like I was working for just shopping.
Well, speaking of that, they had put some real stuff in the game, guys. Once COVID came, I didn't even know about these things. I'm being told that they were around prior to that.
All the payable things.
But listen, Afterpay,
yes,
Klarna, and Affirm, they are your friend, but they are not your friend. And talking about getting out of control, that's where you can get out of control. It's really like a online. We used to have to go put stuff on layaway, right? And then
Online is a drug.
And then we would just have to pay on it, then we go get all our stuff out, off the line. Now, they give it to you straight up front. They give you a credit limit. They let you buy whatever it is you want to buy. $4,000. They want you to pay $4,000 back either monthly or every 2 weeks.
It's
And
an
that,
addiction.
and that puts you in a world. That makes you think that all the things that you want, you need. Because it makes such an easy pathway for you to get those things.
Because you can get it.
Because you can
They're
get
giving it to you.
Exactly.
It's just like feeding you the shit.
Yes.
It's like feeding it to you. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And you get out of control with it. That's the same as the gambling thing online.
And that's when it gets out of control.
Right.
You're talking about,
Right.
then you don't know what happens is you go and they may give you, let's say, $1,500 and you spend up to $1,500 and you, out of that $1,500,
Get the sweat.
you might have $60 every 2 weeks coming out of one
Out of your
order.
money, yeah.
You might have $75 every 2 weeks coming out of another order. You might have $125 coming out of another order to add up to the $100. So when you go, you got $200, $300 coming out of your check that you really didn't expect to,
You didn't expect it.
because you got these other bills to pay. But now these people are in it to go right in your account and take it out.
That's right.
Right.
And the crazy thing about it is the technology thing. That's why I'm not too great with it, because I will abuse that. I know I will. You know, that's why I stay away from it.
Really?
Yes, I do. I tell them, I do not shop online. I can't do it.
She calls me. She calls me.
I give
She
her
calls me.
no. I don't do it because if I learn how to do certain things, it becomes addictive. Yeah, and they make it so comfortable. They make it so easy. They make it so you can just get whatever you want. You ain't even got to put money down. So if I want to get 5 pair of shoes and I ain't got to put no money down, I'm going to be getting a 5 pair of shoes addict. Believe that.
And
I'm going to continue to do it and
Yeah.
continue to do it and continue to do it, and I don't even need them. I got 100 pair of shoes, 200 pair of shoes upstairs. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even need them, but if I see stuff that I want, I get this craving, and it's like, boom, I got to get them.
Yeah.
I can't walk through a mall and see something, and it'll bother me real bad. You know? Yeah, and I know I'm not in there for that, but I'll end up buying it anyway, and that's just a part of, to me, it's a part of addiction. You know, because I can't walk away from it. I cannot walk away from it. You know, and I had to realize that. You know, I heard that in the rooms as well. You know, same thing I'm saying is, like I said, I had to buy stuff in order to keep my peace, my sanity. Because it drew me just like drugs to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I love something, I want something,
Right.
you know, and it was hard to stop. But for God, today, that 12 Steps to Narcotics Anonymous helped me through everything. And I knew I had to give in. I had to surrender. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I didn't lose my house. No, I didn't lose, have no electric today. But it happened, you know, in past.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was at a young part of my sobriety. But today, I can sometimes, if I do something a little bit too much, I have to question myself and say, what you doing? What's up?
You gotta handle it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I blame
You know what it feels
everything
like.
on my sickness.
Yeah.
You know, see, I live with a sickness. They don't. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I do, or I put a whole lot of meat into, not this, because this is my serenity. You know what I'm saying? Sharing and caring, you know, and giving.
This gives you peace.
But stuff that, yeah, like in the house, I used to change my house every 6 months. It's just something that I replace from my addiction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I was just, everybody used to always wait for me to sell furniture. I'm ready. Every 6 months is done. You know what I mean? But I would also put myself in debt doing it.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it was okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In my mind, it was okay.
Because it wasn't drugs.
Because it wasn't drugs.
Mhm.
Exactly, because it wasn't drugs. And I felt comfortable. I can get upset right now, and you know it, I'll come in here, and I'll change my house around. You follow?
Right.
And I can think, I can get peace. I'm talking to God.
That's where you're happy.
You know, yeah, it's
Your
just
happy
where
place.
I'm at with all this. And I know some of you out there
safety
probably
zone. Your safe
have,
zone.
it's my safe zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my safe zone. But then I got enough stuff that I could change this whole house just with stuff that I got in different rooms. But what I do, I'll go out and I buy some more
some
stuff.
good stuff.
Yeah, I buy more stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And nothing gets in the way. If the electric bill got to get paid, I'm like, well, I can maneuver this to make this and do this. I'll call and make an appointment or arrangement when I should be paying that bill.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Make sense, y'all?
It makes you do it.
You know? And that's why, for God, please don't allow me to know how to do Amazon and all that stuff. Now, I can do it for shopping for my events, yes. You know what I mean? But as far as for all the stuff, I'll be broke. I'll be broke because it's too convenient. I won't stop. I know I won't stop. So I can't do it.
Yeah.
And you
I
know
can't do
Amazon
it,
now.
especially like this one.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I get on it. She'll
No.
call me.
I
And
don't-
she was like, I got all this. It's in my basket.
Everybody say, I got this in my cart. You got to put it in your cart. Man, them carts be full. And by the time
Her
you get all
cart be
that
full.
stuff, that money you spending is like unnecessary. How many of you, here come the hearts, how many of y'all do the same thing? Addiction is addiction. You know what I mean? You got to first recognize that you're doing a whole lot of what you shouldn't be doing or you don't have to do. But it's available for you to do it, so you continue to do it.
Yeah.
And then you start doing it more and more and more, and they're going to make it more and more convenient. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I was in my addiction with cocaine. Hey, I started snorting, and then I ended up smoking. You know what I mean? The smoking took me to more and more and more and more, and I snorted cocaine for about 10 years. 10 years, and that was the coolest thing in the world. When I smoked it, never stopped running.
Oh, well.
Never stopped running. Flipped my whole world around. Y'all know it. I share it all the time. But I brought this song because I told y'all we're going to be bringing on whatever anybody wants to talk about who feel as though it's a part of their addiction. You know what I mean? You got to be able to even say that you have one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You
people
gotta
don't think that
recognize
shopping will do that.
Yeah.
People don't think that Amazon will do that, get you addicted. You know what I mean? But I'm here to tell you that it will. And that's why we're sitting here. We're on this live right now. You know, a lot of people are saying a lot of things. I'm gonna pull out some of them, y'all, to try to get some of you. Barbara Muhammad. She said she the Amazon queen.
Queen.
You know, it's like playing
all of
blackjack
us.
on the phone and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Addiction is addiction. A lot of people is addicted to gambling on the phone.
Right.
They put it right in your house.
Yeah.
It's right in your hand.
Yeah.
No matter where
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
And you'll play it more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
More and more and more and more and more until it becomes an addiction. And you don't
And
look
they put
at
it
it
in
as
your
an
face.
addiction because it's not a
Yeah,
drug or it's
yeah.
not an alcohol. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what people look at as addiction.
Right.
Just drugs and alcohol. But it's so much that we are addicted to that's in our way. That's in our way. And you have to stop. Thanks for the hearts. You have to stop and get humble and say, you know what? I got to stop this. I need help. I watched the show on addiction for people shopping. This is why I said, let me bring this to here. You know what I'm saying? I literally shopaholics.
She looking
alcohol.
for more to come on the couch.
Hey,
Everybody can tell their story.
Hey, bring them hearts up. I
You
know
know.
what y'all saying. Bring them up. Look at that. They battling them hearts. I'm telling you.
They
Because that's
battling.
the truth.
They
Because there's a
battling.
lot of people on here that does the same thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to have money and
True
Paulos. Hey, Paulos, Springfield, y'all. Hey, Paulos.
Hey, Carlos.
Lisa Ann said, Marta, when you were saying about the COVID changed all of our lives.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
You know, so true. Paulo said, tell it. You know, y'all know how I am. That's right. Keep those hearts coming. I'm gonna send them back too because I appreciate you. And I know Tracy was saying something else on here. Bella Walker said, Whitaker said, hey Rufus.
Hello.
And Robbie Tudor said, hey beautiful
Hi,
people.
everybody.
You know, I like to go through sometimes. And Tracy said, all right, okay, educate the community. You know what I mean? Gilda said, hey y'all, God bless. You know, Mariana say, affirm Cash App. That's right, man.
Cash App too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's another big one.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
So
You know?
convenient. So
That's
convenient.
Oh, that's
That's
so
right.
you can travel
They-
with it.
hey,
too,
look.
can't you?
Oh, they
travel.
got it hooked to everything. I looked the other
Everything
day.
is hooked up.
American Airlines, Delta Airlines, Spirit Airlines. Like, why wouldn't people travel if they could just go in there and they could book a trip to go wherever they need to go? That's why everybody is everywhere. But guess what? You gotta pay the price when it comes down to
Yeah,
it.
because
That
bill comes
it
in,
comes
you gotta
down
pay
to
that bill.
it comes down to a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It comes down to a limit. I mean, you have people that who have control of certain things like this, you know what I'm saying, that save for trips and save for what they want to spend. I started out that way too, saving for stuff. Man, I don't know, far past saving.
Yeah. You
I
don't have to anymore.
Saving, yeah. And I
That's
know
a-
that
you
I
got
had
any kind of credit,
addictive
they gonna give it to
attributes
you.
in me.
Yeah.
I'm a person who is easy to become addicted with something
Okay.
if I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking to us, y'all, the addicts and alcoholics. You know what I mean? We can always transfer from what we used to do, with drugs and alcohol to something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
behavior.
you have to be aware of that because disease comes through people, places, and things, and it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. And this is one of the reasons why I love doing lives like this, because I can intertwine it with addiction of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
It'll help some of us that's in recovery, because it's just not for the using, the sick and suffering. It's for the ones of us who's in recovery as well, who think we know enough and we got it enough. And some disease is so vicious it promises to kill you, you know, in any way, shape, or form that it possibly can, through people, places, and things. You know, and everything around us is being done by people in places doing things. So we have to have our alerts on at all times. And this is why this topic is too so important. You know, because again, addiction is addiction. You know, people are addicted to smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Can't stop.
Can't stop.
Can't stop.
That's the number one.
What?
That's
People
the
are
number
addicted
one.
to gambling. That's a race.
That's-
you know,
that's
a race.
number two.
People
That's
addicted
number
to
two.
gambling.
Yeah.
And the first thing they say is, "No, I'm not addicted." You know,
I just
play
like to do it.
That's how I used to say,
Now.
"No, I ain't addicted. I only smoke every now and then." You know what I mean? You know, okay, I'm gonna go to the casino and I'm only gonna spend $100. If you got your money with you, it's gone.
There you go.
You're gonna spend that money. You're gonna spend that money.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you might spend the money you won. Because one thing I do know about addiction, casino stuff, is the casino never loses. Never. You know, I don't care if you come out there winning $35,000, they ain't lose. That's pocket change to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they steady breaking everybody else that's in the casino. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So addiction is something that we really need to look into ourselves and ask ourselves, what are we doing too much that affect us?
Yeah.
Because a disease of addiction won't
Yeah,
allow
take it to
you
an
to
addict.
see it. It won't even allow you to feel it. Most of the time, people gotta say, "Girl, you need to stop," or you're doing too much." You know what I'm saying? And then you'll go
And you're looking at them
into
strange.
denial.
Yeah, because you're looking at a stranger, like
Yeah.
wondering what they're
Like,
going
don't be
through.
trying to. It's like it's a fighting word.
Look, who you
It's
talking
like
to?
addiction
Who
is
you
a
talk-
fighting
who you
word.
talking
What
to?
you mean addicted? I ain't addicted.
You get offended.
Because addiction is fighting word. I'm telling you, words is vicious.
Yeah, that is
Words
Yeah.
are vicious, Rufus.
Yeah, they're harmful.
Words are
They're very
harmful and
harmful.
vicious. Yes, it is.
Right.
And you only trying to be honest and trying to be nice. You know what I mean? But say addiction. Say addicted to something. Shoot, you start going flying over the cuckoo nest. You know what I'm saying?
Means something
You know, like, nah. And then I was told at one time, you know, no, you addicted. You the one with an addiction. You look at everybody like they're an addiction. No, that's because I can recognize it. You know what I'm saying? Through a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I can recognize it. I can smell it. You know what I mean? Just like I do my own addiction. You follow? But I'm able to say, okay, I'm an addict.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm a junkie.
yeah,
I say it all. I'm a hoe.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a thief.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
I
have to
surrender
admit
to
to yourself.
all
You have to admit to
that.
yourself.
Yeah,
You know
all
that
of
you're
it.
right
And
there.
shopping was a
Yeah.
part of that in my early recovery. You see what I'm saying? This is why I'm bringing it up. Because as a drug and alcohol counselor, I have a lot of people saying I just couldn't stop. I just started playing cards. Addiction. You know what I mean? I play cards. I don't get high no more. Okay, well, how often you play cards?
Every
Play
day.
all the
Every
time.
day, all
And
day.
do you play for money?
Yeah, they play for money.
They play for
You know what I mean? They play for
And
money.
that is an addiction.
You know, but see, I don't seem to be keeping money. You know what I mean? Because I play cards. Well, you just put yourself through another line of behavior of addiction,
Yeah.
and that's just playing cards. You wouldn't think that the cards was the addiction when you have a disease like we do. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's really true, y'all. You know, addiction is a bad word. It really is. It's a bad word. It's a scary word. You know, and it's
It's a
something
powerful
that
word.
it's a powerful word.
It's a powerful word.
It's a powerful word, and it's something that you really have to stop and ask yourself.
Yeah, it
you
means
know,
something.
It means something.
You gotta really stop and think what does
means
this
something.
mean to me? You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
How
Yeah.
does it apply to me?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Tracy Townsend said denial is the devil. Hey Kiana, how you feel, beautiful? Good to see you on, mommy. You know, and people are sharing about it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
They're sharing
yeah.
about it because
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
You know how many things we've done? Like I know a friend of mine that she's addicted to eating lemons. Lemons. She eat a lemon like we eat a cough drop. You know what I mean? Like it's like a regular bag of potato chips.
Oh,
A sour lemon, and she had to have them. Her brain has gotten transformed into her body has to have that
oh,
lemon.
wow.
She eat lemons all day long, and getting small too. Though she got real small. She started off doing it for
Well, they say
weight loss.
it's a fat.
yeah. It started off.
Yeah.
She started off for it with weight loss.
Oh, okay.
Now she can't stop eating. Like she can't stop sucking on those lemons. I told her it's an addiction.
Some people do ice. Even ice.
She
Just
got.
ice.
I used to be addicted to
Yeah,
ice.
well, that's anemia. That
I had to cut it up. I
Yeah.
thought I replaced ice with water because I thought I used to eat bags of ice.
Oh, wow.
Bags of ice. Bags of ice. Said them, so go give me some ice. You know what I mean? And I thought I was replacing it with water. This was after my addiction as well, after my drug and alcohol thing as well. And it was like I had to have the ice. Like I say, when you go through an addiction with drugs and alcohol, it just don't go away. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's there. You know, it's there mentally, physically, and spiritually,
And
and
it
it's
never
coming
goes-
after
it never
all
goes
those
away.
3 levels. It never goes away. So I'll be living with this for the rest of my life.
Right.
My addiction of disease, but the habits from them will transform into something else. You know what I'm saying? Like the shopping,
Yeah.
like the gambling, like the sucking the lemons. She used to be recovering too. She's in recovery too.
okay.
That as the sucking the lemons and all that stuff. I'm just learning that today. I mean, I accept a lot of the things that I can't change about it, but I do change a lot of things that I can't.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I follow my 12 Steps to Narcotics Anonymous, which is my everyday word, thought, prayer, the whole 9 yards, and I follow it. I start from step 1 on down. I have to start from step 1
Put it in place.
on
All
down.
of
I
that.
have to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I have to
yeah.
because I am a person that is has an addiction of disease. You know what I mean? So I can simply, easily get addicted to something if I take my mind off of who I am and my sickness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always have to be aware of people, places, and things. Make sense what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
I have to be aware. That's why sometimes people are like, you changed. Well, I bet I had changed. If I didn't, I was going to die.
So-
You follow what I'm saying? And if I did, when addiction taught me how to love myself, this love is on a whole nother level that you can ever think about.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like a high that's just phenomenal. You know what I mean? And nobody can come in between. I'm not letting nobody take it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody. Anybody gonna lose the love that I have for me will be me. And that goes for children. That goes for friends. That goes for the preacher. That goes for whomever. The only one that can knock this out of me is God. And I know He's not gonna do it because He gave it to me.
Right. Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
So-
of course.
Somebody, Dr. Tracy is saying it good. Eating and the craving for ice. Eating is big. I'm telling you, you can really fall into the eating thing because there's so many reasons not to be happy, right? So
Mhm.
this crazy world that we live in.
It's emotional.
It's so many things
very
for us not to be happy, and just being in our own homes and being able to do what we do, and the comforts of our own surroundings, we become comfortable with those kind of things, and then that's what we do. We eat, we do whatever it is, but eating is a big part of
Big addiction.
big addiction. It's a big
addiction.
addiction.
Big addiction.
Yes.
And a lot of people, hey, Ange, what's up, baby? And Danny, let me say hi to some of these people, y'all. Danielle, what's that? Danny Armstrong. Linda Curry, Aleem Abdullah, hey nephew, and there's a whole lot of other names on here that just haven't popped up. So we're going to send you some hearts, y'all, to let you know that we love you being on tonight, and we appreciate you being on tonight. I want y'all to know, for living in my truth is all about just what it says, living in my truth. You know, and if you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know, it's good to share with it. Find somebody that you can share with and you can talk about it. Like Mara and myself, we talk about everything. You know what I mean? It's me and her can talk about everything. Me and my sister, we talk about everything. Me and my girl Ange, we talk about everything. And we don't talk about everything in the same category with each other. You know, all of them are my friends for a reason.
Right.
God put them in my life for a reason. You know
They
what
all
I mean?
bring a different
all of them bring a
perspective.
different air of love to me.
And
You know what I'm saying?
perspective.
And
Okay.
perspective, absolutely. You know, and they could tell me when something ain't right or something don't look right. You know what I mean? Or I'm going through something. Especially this one, she thinks she knows.
Okay.
This one here, I had to say.
Okay,
This one here, it's
okay,
gonna
we
start
tell
now,
you.
y'all. This one here.
That's
is
not
just
true,
like
y'all.
off the
She don't
hinge.
listen. She don't listen, y'all.
Off the
Everybody,
hinge.
I am just a statue in the middle. They done cut up. She done cut up. All day.
Trace, you said eating
They
and
cut up.
craving ice can be a sign of anemia. Yeah, low iron is what.
Yes,
See,
we
that's
talked
that
about
nurse in you, girl. And I want everybody to know, next week, my guest is Dr. Tracy.
Woo-hoo!
You know what I mean? So let's give Dr. Tracy
Okay,
some
Dr.
hearts
Tracy.
on here. She bringing some real strong
All right,
information
now.
and education to us, y'all. I just feel like sometimes we need to simmer out a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel good talking and sharing it with sharing and caring, but I also feel good talking about other things and addictions. You know what I mean? But I can always relate it all to me. You know what I mean? As an addict. And this is what I told him that I would do. You know, Marta was saying at first, you know, some of us grew up around alcohol and we grew up around certain things. Back in the day, we couldn't say nothing. You know what I mean about it when it was our
This what it
parents
looked
or
like.
whatever. We couldn't say nothing. But today, hey, everybody getting drinking and drugging, you know, with the kids. A lot of us is drinking and drugging with the kids. I had to stop myself from going out with my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and they
yeah.
all grown, but the point of it is they my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't be where they are. You know what I mean? When they started coming in Diane's, I had to stop going in Diane's.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When they took over
Right.
the bonnets, I had to pull out the
Gotta
bonnets.
separate.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta
It
separate.
was like I'm cool with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I love my kids, but that just wasn't the place for me to be with them in this type of atmosphere, especially being a recovering addict. I was in the wrong places. You know? And what had to happen? Too much of it.
Too much.
I had to realize that disease was pulling me.
Yeah.
And it was pulling me through them. You know what I'm saying? It was pulling, and that was at my drinking time. That's crazy. You know? That was at my drinking time. You know? And it was sliding right away from me. It was
I must
sliding
say,
right away from me in my
I
face.
must say, you carried yourself really well.
I
never knew.
Did I wear a mask or what?
I never knew.
You really?
Never knew.
A whole lot of people never knew. They'd be like,
Never
I
knew.
remember you when you was like that. I wasn't this.
Never
Shucks,
knew. Never
what
knew.
do you
Every time I saw you, you were pleasant. You were dressed really well.
Mm-hmm.
You carried yourself really well. And you know, I knew from a little child.
A little child, yeah.
Yes.
We all be
yes.
strong.
And I knew your family.
Yeah, we all be strong.
Yeah. So I never knew.
We all be strong,
Never,
yeah.
never knew.
Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa goes to...
Somebody,
Hey, Vanessa.
somebody talked about a credit card addiction.
That's another one.
Oh,
Vanessa,
wow.
Vanessa need to be sitting on the couch. Vanessa know what
Fashionista.
shop like
Hey,
fashionista.
fashionista.
Fashionista. Shop
Hey,
like
beautiful.
crazy. I'm gonna give
It's
you some
somebody,
words, Vanessa.
it's somebody else on here. I'm not gonna call her out with her.
Well, I'm calling out
BG.
Barbara.
No.
No.
I don't know. She must be called out.
Hey, look, this
But
is
she
all.
did-
This
but
is
she
all.
needs
This
to
is
be-
all authentic, y'all.
But she
It
didn't
ain't nothing.
hear.
Look, it ain't nothing to
I was
let
gonna bring
somebody
her
know.
here.
Oh, that's right. You were supposed to bring her.
No, I said I was bringing you first because you got the real. You got the
Bad.
perfect.
I had to
Bad. They talking
professional.
about bad.
my professional. Yeah.
She's
You
like,
have-
no.
So mine is an addiction. Mine is the professional part of it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I'm in that field.
No, but no, it's spilt over because you don't wear nothing twice. Okay, let's
I
be
know.
clear. You don't wear
That's true.
you don't
And
wear
that's
number
true.
twice, you know.
And
You're
that's
always
and it's inflated,
so,
and you're like,
what is that?
I wore
What
that
is
already.
that? What is
I
that?
wore this already.
Is it
Yeah.
addiction?
You have to go.
Yes, addiction.
Is
What?
it really addiction?
Yes, look,
I
I
don't
put it in
think
the
so.
addiction family. Obsessed.
I call it fashion.
Remember, he
I call it fashion.
You can have a whole
I call
consignment
it
store,
fashion.
guys. A whole consignment store.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Because that is good. One of the things that I vow is shopping now. I used to have clothes all over my house, right? In this closet, in that closet, this closet, that closet. I finally one year said, you know what? I'm gonna take one of these bedrooms that ain't being used and I'm gonna make it a closet. That's what I did. I made my closet in a bedroom. You know, put the hanging things in there, put the units in there.
How many of us did this?
And I put all my clothes in there. It was the best thing that I ever did because guess what? I didn't even know what I had, right?
Organization.
I mean, yes, in organization. I put it in this closet, in that closet, and then by the time you get ready to go somewhere, you don't know.
Where
Those
nothing
things don't
is.
come back to you
Mhm.
to say, oh yeah, I got this or I got that. But at least in a closet, you can go right to it. And now guess what? I go in there and play. I'm going away this weekend. I done pulled 5 outfits out that is in the closet that I know that I had. And in terms of shopping, I made up my mind that any time I shop, I was going to get rid of some stuff because you can't keep it all.
That's
You
right.
You really can't keep it all. You got to get rid of some stuff or you're
That's
going to
right.
start looking like a hoarder at some point.
Let me tell you how I shop. My closet is a bank. I leave tags on all the time. Addiction. I don't pull no tags off until I wear.
Do you really?
I sure do. I keep receipts too. I sure do.
And I do PVC.
I sure do. And I'm the type person, I'll go in the store and fight for it. To take it back and it'd be like 7 months old. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, I don't do that. I try to shop ahead is what I try to do now.
I
So
will
that I don't have to
go
go
there.
to
argue-
the
you
store.
argue
Everybody
with
that
them.
knows
You
me,
argue with
what?
them.
I
Do you
want
really?
bring the boss out here. I got my receipt. I don't care how long it's been. I want the manager. I will do that.
It's,
That is
the last time it was sold, it was
different-
sold for $1, and you got your receipt. And you want $30, right? Because you got your receipt.
No, I can't. No, I don't do that. But if they say, well, if they tell me I can't have it, I'm going for the gusto. We just gonna go back and forth. I'm going for the gusto. I don't get upset. I don't get rid until the person. If it's a person that's acting like it's their store or something, then I gotta shift gears a little bit. Trey come out a little bit. You know what I mean? And they don't want Trey. So if it's a way that I can get somebody and we can talk, you know what I mean, and we can talk about something else, and they can try to help me, you know what I mean, and say, well, I'm going to have to give you the store price now. Okay, I'll do that. I just want that money. I just want that money. I don't want this outfit no more. You know what I mean? I do it so much. My sister doesn't laugh at me all the time, but I got dependent on that. Another dependency. So it's another addiction.
And you doing what you love.
It's another addiction. Yeah.
You shop.
And it was another dependency.
Yeah.
You know what
That's why
I
it
mean?
was
And I
important
did it
to
all
talk
the time.
about
I depended on doing that. I count on doing it. You follow what I'm saying?
Because it makes you happy
And sometimes the
when you're
behavior,
doing it.
it's like a behavior
Yeah,
also.
it's a behavior.
I'm not being right. You know what I mean? The things say quickly after 90 days you can't get a return. Well, I don't care if it's 90, and I got the receipt, and I ain't never wear this outfit. I'm bringing it back. And one of the reasons why I do this, y'all, because when I was working in Lord Taylor's, you know what I mean? This white woman brought back a coat that was white, and it was leather, and it was disgusting. And they took that coat back. And that bothered me.
Yeah.
That bothered me. You know what I'm saying? I said, you can bring something back like this? They know damn well that coat wasn't new. That coat was worn, beat up, and everything. And she had the receipt, and she complained about the leather. And that thing was actually 2 years old. I'm telling you no lies. It's a real story. And ever since I saw that, my sister tell you that, yeah, when that happened. Ever since I saw that, I battled them. That woman battled them for her money, and guess what she got? She got her money. She got her money.
She had a receipt.
She had a receipt.
She had a receipt.
Then I started depending on it. I just made listen. It became a addiction for me. I go in my closet right now, and it's tags on mostly everything. I'm serious. And if I don't want it or I need some money, it's like a bank for me.
Oh wow.
That's good.
That's
You know
good.
what I mean?
I
And
can't-
I
I
find
can't-
it that way.
I
I
can't
find it
dabble
as
that one.
being wrong. You know what I mean? I gave you my money and bought it. Nothing's wrong with it. Everything is like it was. Why can't I have my money back?
Hey, Erica.
You know? But
Well, you
I
can
did it
buy
all
that.
the time, and I still do it all the time. And today, because I'm getting honest with myself,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like going through it a little
Going
bit
through it a little
to
bit.
get, you know, to stop doing that too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I want you to stop.
She moving over now. All right, she got that under control, so now she's gonna go
Yeah.
move on to the next
Yeah,
thing.
you
we
want-
was talking about he want me to stop it.
I don't want her to stop that.
She's never gonna stop it.
Yeah,
It's
stop.
not a little bit here. I just
Yeah.
still feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do it. And I do it in a heartbeat. I just did it the other day. I do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, you
I
come
can't.
shop at my car.
I can't fight those battles. You know.
How many do that? How many people on here have these issues and have these battles? You know what I mean? And you don't see no wrong in it. I can see some of the wrong, especially if it's like, you know, past the 90 days and going into like
Against
a
the
year
policy.
or so. Yeah, way
Against
against
the
the
policy.
policy. But I should
Well,
have never.
remember a long time ago, you know, the customer was always right.
That's the thing. They done
That's
kicked
the
that
thing.
to
They
the
done just
curb.
kicked that to the
Customer,
curb.
it was easy back
Yeah, it
then,
was
but
easy
now
back
they
then.
putting up a fight.
Because you
You
can
know?
wear something that night and take it back the next day. You can't do that anymore. I don't think they do that anymore. Do they do that anymore?
Danny said it's very easy to become addicted to bargain shopping. It's
That's
the
me.
thrill of the
Oh,
deal.
that's me.
And that's right. That's
That's
true.
me.
I
I'm
buy
addicted to the
everything
lowest
on
price.
sale. I
That's
do.
me.
I try to
price.
buy everything on sale, and I can't walk past and something be on sale, and I've been waiting for it to be on sale. I gotta get it.
But that's the good
I'll
thing.
buy it before it goes on
That's-
sale, to
yeah,
wait for it to go on sale,
And you
to
take it back and
take
get
it
the
back
price.
and get the price.
Well, they do that. Comparative shopping.
No, they tried not to do that anymore.
Oh, they don't do that
They
anymore.
caught on to all of what
Oh, wow.
everybody do.
Wow.
They caught on to it.
I'm not going to nobody's store.
You don't even go to
to
stores.
go
You
look
addicted
at them.
to it.
I'm going to
She
put it
addicted
online.
to the
I'm
phone
going to
thing.
put it in my cart, and I'm going to wait for them to tell me it's on sale, or I'm going to check back with it. No.
And I do find that convenient. I do
Yes,
like when
yes.
y'all can do that. But when you have a cart that has over probably $7 grand in it, waiting, just waiting
Ooh, $7
For you to
grand.
spend.
to spend.
You got that.
Oh, they just put a credit card in there and put it back.
You got
Hey,
that.
now.
You got
That's
that.
what no, indeed not. I ain't got that damn card. Indeed not. I don't mess with it. I don't mess with none of it because
But that's
I
right,
know.
because-
BG, you back? You ready to talk about it?
Right. The thing is,
I know
a
for
lot
a
of
fact
times
that I
BG,
will
they
go off.
They up your limit.
I
Because they
treat
see
it just
you
like
pay one
drugs.
time,
Oh, yeah.
and
They got
they
us.
up your
They
limit.
got us.
you.
Yeah.
And then you look and you be like,
Got you.
$200-$300 is leaving out of your check.
Yeah.
Before you get your check.
You forget
Because they say,
where
what's your
it came
payday?
from.
They
Because
say,
you
what's
got
your
that
payday?
3-4 payment stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, they make it convenient. They make it convenient for addiction. I'm telling you, they make it convenient. And I know this by being a person who has addiction tendencies. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess with that stuff because I'm going to use it just like drugs. There's no doubt about it. For me, I'm going to use it like drugs, like other people do.
Oh, wow.
And don't realize.
BG, I'm warming up the couch for you. I'm
Yes.
here
So-
to warm up the couch for you.
Okay, for her. So y'all don't have fun money. See, I literally have fun money. My fun money is my shopping money.
Well, that's good. That's how it should be.
Tell her
That
that.
money is on the
Yeah.
side. Do y'all have fun money? Fun money is when you put money aside and you accumulated this money, you saved it, and you're going out shopping. I never touch no other money. So I have this little fun money. And I go shop, and I don't only shop for myself, I shop for everybody. Definitely you,
Listen.
because you'll call me in a minute.
You
need
talking
a
about somebody
pocketbook,
that is grateful that somebody knows how to
you need
shop.
earring,
It's him.
you need polish.
Oh God, he has everything. Everything.
I
The
go, literally go
pocketbook,
to people's
the
houses
jewelry,
and
the undergarments,
and they don't
the
have something. I'm
outfit.
like, let me go in my trunk, which is bad, and it's in my trunk.
Yeah.
I just pull
The
it out.
shoes, everything. He has everything.
I have everything,
Yeah.
and I think that's a little bit because I'm in the profession,
It is.
and I get a good discount. That makes it even worse.
That's not worse. That's addiction.
It fed
You're
to
talking
addiction.
about
It fed to addiction.
discount. You know what I mean? He gotta have it. He
Oh
gotta
yeah.
get it.
Oh,
He
I gotta
gotta
know
have
good.
it.
It's so important.
That's right. And that can be an addiction. You know what I mean? So you gotta look good all the time. You gotta buy. You gotta make. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You know what I mean? Some people won't pay a bill just to go sit in a bar, you know, on a weekend. You know, so they can keep up with the society's rep. You know, y'all shared about that a lot of times in my episodes at times, how when I used to go out all the time, you know what I mean, I had to have something new. I had to buy something new. I didn't want to wear the same thing twice. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us do that. We go shopping, we spend our money on the wrong things just to people please.
Yeah.
You follow? I was one of them. I can
fun
say it.
Your
Just
fun
to
money.
people please. That's right. I had no fun money.
Tracy needs
I
fun money.
Dr.
I had no freaking fun money. Hey, Kathy, my money was money for stuff like today. I thank my higher power that I finally have gotten rid of all those addictive behaviors. Because that's what they are, y'all. They're addictive behaviors. And I got rid of them, and I can save money like it's nothing no more. Because I don't have the desire for shopping anymore. I don't have the desire for, you know, just spending money on everything, because stuff is so high nowadays. Hey, Social Security don't help me. You know what I'm saying? They're stealing. You know, don't get me on that, and that's another topic coming on here, that on Social Security people. But, you know, retiring too soon, thinking I'm going to move on and live a good life. Got sick. You know what I mean? I'm used to being able to give myself what I want. Independently.
Well, I think we all do.
You know? Yeah, but I can't do it now.
Yeah.
I can't do it now because my bills are too high. I don't pay rent no more. I pay a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? The desire of having a home. I wanted a home so bad, but if I knew it was all like this, I'd have rented. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Let somebody else fix it
I would
up.
stay renting. You know what I mean? But I'm in it now.
Yeah.
Somebody
You know what I mean?
Somebody
The
talking about
electric,
here
The
about
gas, the water,
Yeah.
everything, the grounds, everything. I don't have room for shopping.
Well, your priorities have changed.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that
Yeah.
I've changed those
Change.
behaviors.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have to stay focused on what is meaningful. You know what I'm trying to say?
somebody on here is
And I
talking
think we
about.
come to a certain point in our lives when we have to literally ask ourselves, is enough?
Enough. That's right.
That's the truth.
That's what every
That's it.
addiction.
That is it.
That's what
You
every
have to-
addiction.
Is enough
And-
enough?
yeah.
That's what every
Really-
addiction.
Yeah.
Every addiction, you have to ask yourself: is enough
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It flies right back into my life. You know what I mean? Before I stopped getting high, I had to say enough was enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Is enough
Right.
enough?
Is enough
I've
enough?
asked myself that 1,000 times,
Yeah.
and it wasn't enough.
Right.
I wanted it to be, but it wasn't. And I did the same thing with shopping. The same thing with shopping. It ain't too much different in it. You know what I mean? It hurted me one way or the other. Just wearing the mask never allowed you to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, addiction is addiction. And I hope y'all get what I'm saying talking about addiction. Addiction is addiction. It does not have any discrimination with anybody.
Right.
Doesn't matter what the addiction is.
Look at the different kinds. Somebody's on here
This
talking
girl
about
is kind.
a sneaker addiction. A sneaker.
My son got a sneaker addiction.
Yes. Gotta have 'em.
Yes.
Gotta have 'em.
Yes. Got every type of sneakers you
Ginger
can
is
think
talking
of.
A lot of men.
Yeah.
A lot of men.
Big for men. No, it's big for women too.
Women
now.
too.
Oh, is it really?
It's big
Yeah.
for women
Okay.
too now.
Yeah.
A lot of my male.
Because I
friends
have a Michael
love
Kors
sneakers.
addiction for sneaks.
What do you really?
I like girl sneaks.
Okay.
I got-
Always like
my
a
cousin-
girl shoe. Always like a girl shoe. Pay anything for it. I don't care what it costs. But I can't do that no more.
No, we got-
Not right now. I can't do it no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but it's
knowing that I
possible.
can't do it no more, I find a way to do it. You follow me?
We'll make a way.
Sex addiction. Addiction.
What?
It's another one.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
It's another one
Yes.
that has to be
Come
talked
on,
about.
y'all. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. You know
Credit-
what? This is
credit
helping
card.
people. This is helping people. Look, a lot of us is in the credit card.
Credit card addiction.
sickness.
Yeah.
Man, we owe so much much money over our heads. It's ridiculous because it allows you to buy. It allows you to buy. They keep putting money on them, and you get addicted to that money. You know what I mean? Paying that $16.99 a month. You know what I mean? And all that interest that come on you. Be like,
$16.99.
like this.
The bill be $50 and the interest be
Oh,
30.
yeah, the interest is
That's right.
So you're only giving them $20.
That's right.
And you're going to be paying that for the rest of your life.
And a
Credit
lot
card
of us
addiction
is in
the
debt
worst.
from that. Me and one of my colleagues was talking about that today, and thank God, you know, she was talking a little bit about that and said she's debt free. Hallelujah. That's what I
I'm
said.
trying to
Because
be.
it's hard for me to get there. I'm telling you, it's hard for me to get there because at first I gotta stop shopping. I can't help shopping. I mean, I don't do it like I used to, but I feels like I'm doing better than what I used to do. You know, when out of all actual reality, I need to stop. You follow? I need to stop because I have enough. But enough is never enough. See, there it goes again. Enough is never enough. You know, and I have enough. I used to say that when I get high, man, I'm done. I'm finished. I ain't doing it. I'm going home. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Gamblers in the casino. Man, I'm only going to spend this and then I'm
Gambling is
leaving.
big.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, that is that crave, you know, that's just gonna draw you.
Yeah.
It's like magnets just come up in your head and ping, 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 ping. You know what I mean? And it
That's
becomes
one I don't have.
uncontrollable.
Gambling addiction is one that I don't have because I can go in there and not spend a dime. And if I do want to go, I sit next to my good friends that might be a little bit worse off than me, and I might put $20 in there, and that's all they can get from me.
Well, that's what
I can control the gambling.
if they have an addiction, if they have an addiction of gambling, they can control it.
I know.
If you have
That's what I'm
a control of it, you can. But when you're addicted to
Can't give it
something,
up. I
the
can't give
person,
my money
whatever
away.
they're addicted to, it's a problem. It's hard.
Yeah.
They have to go through the process of change with that.
Yes, sure.
You know what I'm saying? You have to
Sure.
go through the process of. People got addicted to men. There's people out here addicted to men. Gotta have a man. You know what I mean? Gotta have a man. Yeah. At all times. At all times, don't women having 2, 3, and 4 of them. Hey, Gordon Potter, how you doing? Well, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Dar. Love you, sis. Yeah, we in here. We just busted it up right now. You know what I mean? We're talking about addictions and how addiction comes in many forms and many ways. You know, I can compare almost any type of addiction to my lifestyle period as an addict. You know, because we're not the only ones that have addictions.
Beverly, can I read what BG says?
What BG says?
BG says, "Hi, my name is BG, Beverly Garland,
That ain't funny, babe.
and I'm addicted to bags, and
Yes,
that's
she
the
is.
real talk.
Yes, she is.
But she's somewhere with something bad. She's not as bad as she used to be. She says so. She's in recovery. She's trying to recover from it now. I don't know how good a job she's doing, but
It's a lot of
it's the
things
BC.
that we all need to surrender to in order to recover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To know that, you know, this is it's no different. It's cunning, baffling, and powerful. That's what I call addiction. You know what I mean? And I can't explain it in any other way in the life that I live. You know? Hey, Wanda Washington.
Hey, Juan.
I have to use my tools for everything to help me with decision making. Always. You know, if I'm going to the left too much off of something that I know that has to be changed, it's a problem there for me. That's how that's how recovery puts you in check. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It puts me in check. I can live in my peace with my recovery. You
Yes.
follow? It keeps me aware of all these things. You follow what I'm saying? It makes me feel a certain way. I feel something that will be a feeling that I don't like. So I always turn towards my disease, my sickness, you know, and I say something ain't right. But when I say it's my house up here, this is my house, and I can't allow my sickness to come through in any way, shape, or form. Not through you, not through her, not through this cup right here, drinking tea or whatever. If it gives me that urge, I go into my beliefs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not, I blame it on my sickness. You know what I'm saying?
Now let me ask you this:
Mhm.
Are you at peace?
Oh, I love my peace. I do. I love my peace
That's all.
from drug and alcohol addiction.
That's all.
I love that. I love my peace from drug and alcohol addiction because I thought I knew what love felt like. Today I know what love feels like.
That's awesome.
From 41 years
You know
ago
yourself?
in recovery
Mhm.
from drug addiction, I lost my complete self, my complete soul, everything, because that's what it does. Any addiction can do that. Not just drug and alcohol, but my drug of choice of drugs literally drained me of everything. Physically, mentally, and spiritually.
It took
And
your joy.
it took me.
Yeah.
It took me. Even I didn't know who
Who
I
you
was.
were.
I didn't feel nothing. You know what I mean? I didn't care about anything but drugs because drugs made me comfortable. Drugs became me. You know what I'm saying? It drained me of everything that was of me. You know what I mean? And it kept me in a dark place where I refused to have to deal with anything or anybody.
Or see
Drugs
the
are like,
light.
that's right. It's like going in a tunnel. That's what I
Right.
talk about.
Right.
And I got in that tunnel hype good. You know, it never happened to me, but I got caught up in the storm. You know what I mean? I could see the way to get out. I see the other hole to get out the tunnel, but I just couldn't break through the storm. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of us do with all kinds of addictions.
Right.
You know, but being my drug of choice, I lost everything. I lost my senses. I lost my looks. I lost my hair. I lost my complexion. I lost my health. You know, was losing everything because it's made to kill you. You know what I mean? Poison kills. You know what I mean? Poison kills.
Well, the
You
devil
know?
kills.
Yeah, and that's what that is. Disease is nothing but devil. You know what I mean? But we keep it on a format
Right.
in the rooms of calling it disease,
Right.
as we call God our higher power.
Right.
You
Right.
follow what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And once I received my higher power, is when I was able to fight through that storm. You follow what I'm saying? And I got the fighting, and I got the loving, and I got the reading, and coming to believe in the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. It promised me if I follow these steps that I will get, I can get my sanity back. You know what I mean? From starting with step 1 to step 12, and it did exactly what it said. And everything it promised, it did for me. You follow what I'm saying? So it also taught me not only how to not use anymore, but it taught me to know who I am. Make sense?
And to love yourself.
And to love yourself.
Yeah.
Love is beautiful. Love is so beautiful. And peace surrounds love. You follow? Changing your people, places, and things surrounds love. You know what I mean? Being able to pick and
Yes.
choose who you want to be around and
Well,
who you don't
gotta
want to
be
be around.
cautious.
Well,
You
I'm
gotta-
always be cautious,
Well,
yeah.
well,
Today
you know,
I am.
just saying it to you. You always have to be conscious and cautious of your
Just
company.
around. Just around.
The
Well,
company you
before I
keep.
got high, I thought I was. The friends that I
There's a
thought I
difference.
had, they wasn't even
They
friends.
weren't your friends.
You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? The
So you
friends I
have to be
have
very
today
cautious.
is special choices.
Right,
You
right.
follow what I'm saying?
gotta be.
It's special
Selective.
choices. That's right.
Select-
Selective choices.
selective
Absolutely.
choices.
You
You
know,
have to be.
and they are authentic.
Yes.
My friends are authentic.
Yes. Yes.
Their love
yes.
for me is authentic.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
And it's
right,
not a
right,
bunch of them.
Right.
It's a handful.
It better be.
And I love it.
It better be.
I love it. I have many associates, don't get me
Better be.
wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
But for the love that I have for me, I know how to share it with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I know what love's supposed to feel
Feel
like.
like.
Just like this one. Gonna tell me how to do my live yesterday, y'all. I know she didn't think I wasn't gonna
And
bring it
today.
up. And this
And
was a
today.
good pot. This
And
was a good time to
and
do
today.
it. Give me a slip.
And
Give me a
today.
bing bing.
And
This was
today.
a good time to do it. And
Yes.
I love this woman. I love her to death. Do you
She
know
wanted a
how-
chair.
She
She wanted a chair.
listen. Just started at the beginning of the week.
Y'all don't have to listen to this.
She
Yes.
had the nerve to say,
Yes.
well, you know this week is the week of the yeah, we going on, you know, Wednesday. Everything is good.
You gotta throw yourself in character.
Let me tell you. Listen to this. And I said, don't worry about it. When we get on is just gonna be fine. We just gonna flow. A episode is an episode. You know what I mean? No matter what we talk about, it's gonna be helping somebody. You follow what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not trying to be Oprah. You know what I mean? I'm not all them people. I'm Tracy Allen living in her truth. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help people learn how to help themselves and receive some authentic conversations. You know what I'm saying? This one, because y'all know on my flyers, I always said this from day one.
We talking about the pink wheel.
On my flyer, I
Lord.
had Tracy Allen living in my
Rabia, I want to
truth.
talk about
But
you washing
to get
clothes. I
on
want to talk about
Tracy Allen, you got to go to Tracy Williams' page. This one here gonna tell me that it's thousands of y'all is watching this live. Ain't not one of y'all had a problem that I know of, and you found it. You follow what I'm saying? Now Tracy Allen's page is no more, you know, but because I chose for this to be Tracy Allen living her truth, the purpose is Tracy Allen is the one who had this disease. Tracy Williams is living in peace and a good life. You follow what I'm saying? So it's a message to the method, you know? But I understood what she was saying. Well, why you got Tracy Allen? It should be Tracy Williams.
I understood what you were saying. I was
Tracy
simply
Allen,
trying to get
and
the
I
people
said,
that wanted to watch from my page to get where they needed to be. I didn't want them to look for Tracy Allen.
Look,
I wanted them to look for Tracy
they're
Williams.
on here.
And they would have found Tracy Allen there. If they would have got on Tracy Williams, they would have found Tracy Allen.
So right,
That's all I was
get
saying.
there. And she gonna try to tell me to change it. She said,
No, you wanted me to change.
I wanted you to change what you put
I
on.
would not. No, I would
you know
not.
what she did over top of my flyer? She put, if you want, what you say? You want to watch?
I don't know what I
on this
said.
or whatever the hell she said. She said,
Join
you
us.
watch this.
Join
Go
us and
on
Tracy Williams.
Allen. No, Tracy Williams living in my truth. That's what she said. I said, well, you changing the name of what I'm doing. She said, no, you need to change the name of what you're doing. Ain't that something? But she was still welcome to my couch, y'all. Because that's my friend. And you know what? We laugh about it, we talk about it, but
That's her.
I'm just saying.
That's her ex-school.
So you got to talk about Rabia. I think that's the name. She like washing clothes and towels. She got an
Rabia,
addiction.
my
She
girl,
got an
Rabia.
addiction for washing. I need your phone
That's
number because
Rabia.
I hate it.
That's
I'm gonna
Rabia.
bring my clothes right to your house.
That's it. You can wash my towels.
I'll pay you with my fun money.
What? You have
fun money.
With
Not
my
the
fun
fun
money.
have a whole
Not my
business,
bill money,
okay?
my fun money.
Not the fun money. But y'all, guess who coming on next week? My girl, Dr. Tracy Townsend. You know what I mean? I can't wait to sit down here with her because she is a nurse and been in this field for years, just as long as myself. You know what I'm saying? And she has so much information and education that she's going to bring to us next week. You know what I mean? On drug and alcohol addiction, mental health, you know, all these good things. Trace, you still on? You know, let's give Trace some hearts too, y'all, because she coming, and she coming next week. And I can't wait to sit on the couch with her. You know, because like I said, she has so much more that she could bring to us to help us. And she's going to be showing some different things as well. You know, I never did that before on Living in My Truth, but I'm always open to whatever. You know what I mean? It's going to help the people. You follow what I'm saying? Because that's what we're on here for. Let's give her applause, y'all, with the hearts. Let's do a heart party for Tracy. You know what I'm saying? It takes a strong individual, even for what we're doing tonight, to get on this couch. You know what I mean? And just be real and just be authentic. You know what I'm saying? Some people may not even be turned on to it, but there's a whole lot of them that are turned on to it because everybody ain't going to like what happens. You know what I mean? I'm already aware of that. You follow what I'm saying? But for everybody that comes on here, hey, y'all, we live it up. We do it up every week. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if I had one person watching Living in My Truth, I'm going to keep this thing going. You know what I mean? Because all I need is one.
We need to share love.
You know we do.
It's
you
so
know?
important.
We do.
Make sure you go to
It is
Tracy
so
Allen.
important.
Tracy Allen living in my truth.
Real love.
And I can't stand her, y'all. Angie, I need you, friend. Angie said, you are so right. Once I grew up, I realized a lot of my family members were alcoholics. Yeah, we didn't know that.
True
back
story.
then. We didn't know that, sis. We
True
didn't.
story.
Yeah,
True
we
story.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dr.
Yeah.
Tracy Town said, my aunt died was the place And my mom told me I could not hang in there because that was their stumping grounds
Yeah.
in the 90s. I
Wow.
didn't listen. Of course we didn't, Trace. We went out there to society, and society snatched us up while they was in their stumping grounds. I know the deal. Absolutely. That's how we do. You know what I mean? That's another thing to be aware of, y'all. A society is an addiction because you get caught up in it. You follow? And that's what make us do things. That's what make us want to be like others and want to experience so many other things. I call that my first addiction. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what drew me into the drugs and the alcohol. You know, I try to share about all of that, and that's just what I feel. You know, and I share what comes from my heart. You know what I mean? And what I know about addiction now. You know, and I share it with you all. You know, because a lot of times, even with my clients, you know, they're like, I never thought about it that way. Well, I've learned it that way. I understand that that's where this thing began. You know, it's a part of my beginning of my addiction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because as a little girl, you know, I didn't have the things that I wanted. And I thought my mother should give me the same thing that my friends used to get. Remember Robbie Too Good? Y'all had the walking Barbies and shit, and I had the paper one that I had to do like this with, and they used to tease me too. You know, if you still on there, Robbie, I know you remember that. You know, Robbie them had the bikes with the little things hanging off them. My bike was one of them old bikes, you know what I mean? That got passed down to me.
Right.
You know, and as kids, you feel you hurt. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
think when we get older,
I must have had
we
10
try to
kids.
compensate.
Right.
I mean,
That's
as a
the
kid,
thing.
my mom
10
had 10
kids.
kids.
Right.
That's
You know,
legendary
they
right
had
there.
5 or
Right.
4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And we
And
couldn't
you
get in
didn't
a mom and a
understand
dad.
that. And you didn't understand.
They had a mom and a dad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, my dad I used to call a monster. You know, because he
Yeah.
was an alcoholic, but as a child, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I just didn't understand why he would come in like he did sometimes, and then sometimes he could be the best person in the world. But it was more of the coming in as the monster than it was the best person in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, getting older, you know, going through school, kids are mean. They really mean today. They was mean back then. That's how I had to fight to prove my love. I had to fight to
Well,
prove
you know
my
they don't
love.
fight. They don't fight.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't fight.
You know, so, you know, coming up
Totally
wasn't
different.
good.
Yeah.
You know, but it was, to me today, I appreciate every living thing my mother did for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a kid, I
You
couldn't
understand it.
understand it.
Right.
But
You
today,
understand it now,
she
yeah.
was the best mom in the whole wide world. And I
Mhm.
miss her so much because she was my greatest sponsor. You hear what I'm saying? When I went down, my mother never let me go. She had to she had to make me go and get taken care of, to take care of my addiction. You know, but she never stopped loving me.
Oh, never.
You know what I mean? When my
Never.
mom shut that door in my face and said, you can't come here anymore. Because I didn't think I got high or looked high to my mother. Because I went when I was coming down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where I needed to sleep and where I needed to eat. And she had my kids. You know what I mean? And I would sleep for 2 days, you know, and then wake up and eat up every daggone thing. Then I would go right back out
Do the same.
and do the same thing over and over and over again. And my mom said, enough. I will not watch you kill yourself. So you better go get yourself help. You know? And she would not let me back to that house.
Tough love.
Tough love.
Tough love.
Living that God, she had to pray for me.
And we need this thing.
Yeah, she had to pray for me. And I was
Because it
pissed.
isn't.
I was pissed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was pissed off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just made me say all kinds of things. My mother she was good at when I was little. You know how your moms get you and beat you, and you go up the steps and you saying, I hate her. She made me sick. You know what I mean? Never did I say a word. She called me back down and hit me some more and said, I know you thinking it. You know what I mean?
And that's old school.
Could heard, that's
That's
old
old
school. If my mother could heard the
Yeah.
things I was saying that night,
Thank
my
you.
mother would have killed me. My mother would have killed me because you don't play with dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
yes.
you know, today, you know, I appreciate everything that she did. She was an awesome mom. She went through a lot with alcoholism with my father. And my mother had never had a drink or drug in her life. I never even seen my mother wear pants. And she was a church-going woman and a God-fearing woman. That's what my mother was. You know what I mean? I
Definitely.
understand why
You
she
understood
loved
that.
God
Yeah,
so much. You know what I mean?
She
Because
believed.
he took care of us.
She
She
believed,
prayed
yeah.
for it, and he answered her prayers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He answered her prayers, and I'm so glad that recovery, I got a chance to experience this life I have now because I was stuck with a whole lot of stuff, you know, that I couldn't break through to see. You know what I mean? So when love, because you become loving yourself, you love yourself for everything. You love yourself from everybody, even
And you
my
forgive
enemies.
yourself.
As you have to forgive me,
Yeah.
I have to forgive for me
Yeah.
to forgive you.
Right.
You know, that's the first thing they taught me in recovery. They said, you know, when I shared about my dad, they said, well, you're going to have to forgive him. I had a problem with that. I had a problem with that. I couldn't do it overnight, but I prayed about it, and I wanted to, but it happened when it happened. You know what I mean? As I went through recovery more and learned other things and heard more stories, I eventually got to the point where I was ready to
Ready
forgive.
to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
But it always has to be on your time,
Mm-hmm.
not on nobody else's time.
And that's true. They taught me that.
Yes.
Yeah, they taught me that. Even today, I think and feel the same way.
Mhm.
I think and feel the same way. But y'all, what time is it?
8:21.
Oh, we good. We we got through the whole hour.
Passed out.
Well, if this was good
7 o'clock.
conversation.
Oh shit, we went past the hour,
Well,
yeah.
that was good
But
conversation.
that's all right. I see
Did you
when
enjoy
you're
us?
conversating. Show the hearts, y'all, if y'all
Yeah.
enjoyed the show.
Did you enjoy us?
We hope
You
you
know what I mean?
guys
I know when
enjoyed.
I
people,
hope you enjoyed
when
it.
people see, thank you, here they come. Let's
I'll be
bomb
back.
bust the hearts, y'all. Let's bomb bust the hearts.
I'll
Let's
be
not
back.
tell you, heart
Thank
party.
you.
Heart party. Hey, listen. A lot of people see this show, Living in My Truth, comes on, and when I bring certain people on, a lot of people look for bad stuff. You know, or what they do, what she do, you know, or why they on here. I didn't know she did drugs. I didn't know they did drugs. Well, some nights it's not just about drugs. I'm the only addict sitting on this chair as far as drug and alcohol addiction. I can sit and I can talk to anybody about anything. And I can compare it to my own addiction.
Right.
You know what I mean? The behaviors of it. You follow what I'm saying? What you go through, you know, to get through, to come through. You follow? See, we just did that last week. Y'all know y'all had me hype on that. I was getting too hype last week. I was lit. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing that you have to recognize with yourself.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
right,
Some people
right.
is just to get this little quick out. Some people like these the way life is turning out today. You got people who's addicted to the prom send-off, the prom, ain't paying rent, making sure that their kid get all this stuff. You know what I mean? Unnecessary stuff. But this is the day and time of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? The birthday parties. You know what I mean? The everything.
They're
It's
larger.
just so-
They're
it's
larger than
more-
weddings.
Listen, yes. Send-offs is almost. Send-offs
Almost they
are.
are.
You know? I mean, they get helicopters. They getting all kinds of stuff for a child's send-off to the prom. But today and time has been changed.
It totally changed.
And it's all in addictive behavior. It really is. You know, that's something to think about. You know what I mean? Because we don't want our kids not to have what the other kids have, even if we can't afford it.
Addicted to being like the
Y'all hear what I'm
Joneses.
saying?
Addicted to being like the
Being
Joneses.
like the Joneses, yeah.
Being like the
You know,
Joneses.
that's
Or
something
one-upping
that's
you.
something that should be
Or
out there.
one-upping you.
Hey, Bev. Oh, you Bev's so stupid. I got it now. Hi, my name is Bev. You funny. and Rabia, thanks for being on so bad. I
Yes.
believe Rabia has a podcast now. Let us know, Rabia, if that's what I read and that's what I saw on Facebook, that you had a podcast or you were speaking on a podcast, because I was trying to look for it, but I didn't see it popping up. You know, so if you do, put your information on here so everybody else can see it. Rabia is a very good friend of mine as well. You know what I mean? And she pretty much never missed an episode of Living in My Truth. She has supported me from the day that I met her. And me and Rabia became friends when I worked in SEI Chester. We worked in therapeutic community. She's an excellent counselor, y'all. She's awesome. She has so much information and education. And she also have a business of helping mamas and children. You know, so she still does that. She's
Very
been
much
doing it
needed.
for
That's
years.
great.
Let's give her some heart for everything. And look, I appreciate everybody who's helping somebody. You know what I mean? Because this is how we have to do. This is the way that it is today. You know what I mean? So congratulations on that if it is a podcast, Rabia, and just give me the information so I can watch you as well. You know, there's several people that have podcasts. There's all kinds of recovery podcasts that on, and all of us just a little bit different, but we talk about the same things. You know what I'm saying? We give it to you the way that we know how, you know, and what we know about it. Kiana has a mental health program as well as drug and alcohol addiction. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Key is doing big things now. She really is. But for the grace of God, look, she loves what she do. You know what I mean? Because she's been through to come through to get through. You know what I'm saying? So she sure enough got straight up good information and education for you. Angie's a drug and alcohol counselor. My friend Angie didn't used to work in drug and alcohol. She went through a situation with her sister. You know what I mean? And I used to pretty much be like a sponsor to Angie. Angie changed her whole career around and got into helping people in drug and alcohol addiction. And it's been just as long as I've been doing it that Angie has been doing it. And Angie, we thank you for that too.
Thank you, Angie.
You know what I mean? We thank you for that too. We're going to give some shout outs with the heart, y'all heart party, you know, for Angie as well. And anybody who is helping, you know, anybody, you know, from children to psych, to mental health, to depression, you know, to drug and alcohol, to shopping addiction, to fashion shopping addiction.
What?
You know, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? To taking back clothes out of the store.
Fashion shopping addiction.
You know what I mean? Addict addiction. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm addicted to sharing. You know, sharing and caring. You know what I'm saying? And I give God the glory for all of that. I give Him the glory for having them on here with me.
Grateful.
You know what I mean? I always try to, look, come on, just sit with me. Just, you know, come on, you know. I'll do all the talking. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Just being by my side supports me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it shows me the love for my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying as well. All of you showing up on Living in My Truth every Wednesday. And if I do a testimony Tuesday or a testimony Monday or a testimony Thursday, testimony can be any day. So you don't have to wait until Wednesday to come sit on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
It can be any day that we can come on this live and do what we do.
And share.
You know, and share. So I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I had a great time tonight, y'all.
Yeah, awesome time.
You know, I had a beautiful time.
Thank you.
You
Thanks
know,
for the
I'm
invite.
feeling good with all of you. And anybody want to send me stars, I appreciate that. It helps me with my monetary stuff on here.
Right.
If you want to send a donation, I put my Cash App on. You know what I mean? You can definitely do that. And please, y'all, if you're coming to the LMT Awards to see these beautiful, strong, powerful people be awarded for their service, you know, get your tickets now. We have pre-tickets out, you know, right now. And if you want to be a sponsor in our book, our pad this year that we're going to have, the information is definitely on Facebook. So or go to my page, Tracy Williams, to my page, and you can find all this information.
Please come.
Yeah, we're going to have a great
It's gonna
time.
be bigger and
We
better.
had a beautiful time last year.
Yes.
What I'm
It was
saying?
awesome.
It was beautiful.
It was awesome.
He was there. He
It was
hosted.
awesome.
He hosted with me. You know what I mean?
Enjoyed it.
And we did a great job
Beautiful
together. And we're
Yes.
sitting around now trying to make it even better.
Yes.
You know, for this year.
So come
you
and
will
support.
see us there. You know, and yeah, y'all come and support.
Come and support.
You know, you probably know a lot of the sponsorees that's on there. I had 15 this year. Last year I had 27. You know what I mean? And I made sure that every single one got an award. You know what I mean? Because this is a great thing to do. You know, and I know God is blessing all of us for doing what we do. So don't forget, next week, next Wednesday, we got Dr. Tracy Townsend that's coming on, and she gonna put her thing down. Okay? So I see you guys. Thank you guys a whole lot. I'm gonna send you some hearts by saying thank you. Y'all can send hearts back, a heart party right quick before we go off. And I'm gonna go off with a serenity prayer. God grants me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours. Thank y'all.
Good night.
Good night.